Ever since the whole coronavirus situation took over the world and we've been in multiple lockdowns, for people like me, especially students of media and communication and fields like that, it has been a time to definitely build our skill set because we don't have exams. So we get to learn things that college beyond a point didn't teach anyway. Today I'm going to talk about two things. First, I'm going to talk about how to find the right course for you. And secondly, I'm going to talk about after finding that course, how to efficiently learn through that course. So let's start with how to find the right course. First, this might sound a little bit basic, but make sure you check every single website and app that is out there that offers online learning. Don't just go for the first result that comes when you Google whatever you're searching for. Secondly, look at the rating of the course. I know again this is very basic, but make sure you do that because that tells you what other people who have already tried the course felt about it. And this is why Udemy has two really useful tools. If you search something in their search engine and courses pop up, you will see two labels on two courses. One will be the highest rated and one will be the bestseller. And this obviously tells you that these two courses are the ones that you should look into. Next, look at the description of the course, look at the teacher's qualifications, or look at the institution that the course is affiliated to. The description obviously will tell you if it is the course that you're looking for and if it covers the things that you need. If it is a beginner's course, if it's an advanced course, you will find out things like that. Look at what the instructor or the teacher are doing in real life, what their jobs are, if they have enough experience in the field. And obviously the same goes with the institution. Is it a reputed institution? This usually works a lot on Coursera more than Udemy. Next, if you find a course, look at the preview of the course because that tells you the vibe of the whole course, what the communication skills of the teachers are, what kind of editing is used, is it too old, is it too draggy. Make sure you do a really thorough Google search on your topic. Check out all the articles, blog posts, and most importantly, Quora Q&As that are there on that particular subject because a lot of time people have already listed down the top courses that are there in that particular field. Also look for courses in your price range, that is also important. And once you find a course, wait, don't immediately buy it because there are sales going on all the time on such platforms. Like literally Udemy is on sale half the time and Skillshare literally sponsors half of YouTube. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. Skillshare a lot of time partners up with a lot of YouTubers to give discount codes for the first 100 people, 200 people, and those can actually save a lot of money for you. Next is something that I don't think so a lot of people keep in mind while choosing courses is how long is the course? What is the duration of the course? There are some courses that go for hours and hours. So make sure to look for a course that is not too long but also covers everything that you want to learn. Because if the course is too long, you're not going to be able to finish it and it's going to make you feel shitty, and I know the feeling. So don't do that. Look for a course that is the optimal length. And again, in this case, Udemy is very helpful because it has a breakdown of the course structure and it tells you exactly what topics are covered. Look at what are the resources that are provided with the course and also what you get at the end of the course. So for example, if it is a Photoshop course, are there enough pictures for you to practice what is being taught? If it is a video editing course, is there enough footage to actually exercise what is being taught? I actually thought this was a perk of online classes because in reality when I was doing these classes in college, suppose some Photoshop teacher taught us something in class and then we would spend 15 minutes just trying to find an image to work on and that would suit what is being taught. So I thought this was really quick. It's also important to know what is the output of the course. Like, do you get a certificate by the end of it, or do you have a portfolio of pictures that you have edited in Photoshop that you can put into your actual portfolio, or do you have a documentary by the end of it that you have edited that you can show to your future employer, or do you have a small code that you have built through whatever software you're using that can actually strengthen your resume. So last two tips in this section are look for free courses because they might not be the best, but it can definitely help you get started and kind of also help you to figure out if you like that particular subject before you spend shitloads of money on it. And lastly, try to find things on YouTube. YouTube has so much content, it has so many tutorials. Obviously, if it is something that you're trying to build as your career, you would not want to go for something on YouTube. But if it is something on the side that is interesting to you, that you want to develop as a hobby, then YouTube is a very amazing place for that. So places like Crash Course and channels like that are very helpful. So that was a very exhaustive list of how to find the right course for you. I hope that is of some help. So you can check out places like Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, My Captain is a very interesting Indian company who's doing all these courses which are live and they're very interactive, so that's a fun place to check out. There's Domestika, Masterclass, and lots of other places that are upcoming. So now let's move on to tips on how to efficiently learn on the course that you have found after so much hard work. These tips are actually practical things that nobody really talks about, because everybody is always talking about have a dedicated study space, have your quiet spot, make sure you schedule your time and have a dedicated study time. Okay, so the first thing is to play the clips at a faster speed, and this works in Udemy and I'm not sure about the others. And obviously this depends on the course that you are on, and make sure you only do it if your learning ability is not affected by making the clips faster. I personally thought it really helped me so much, because I was on this course where the instructor talked really slowly, and even after increasing the speed to 1.25x, I still felt like it was slow, so I moved on to 1.5x and still I was able to understand everything clearly. So make sure you try to do that. I think it saves a lot of time, it's very practical, and this is my biggest tip. Secondly, use the subtitles. Again, this works a lot on Udemy. I'm not sure about the other courses because I've used Udemy the most, but subtitles can be really helpful to kind of follow along with what is going on. Sometimes the accent of the instructor is also not clear, and also if you're in a place which is noisy and people are talking around you, and even if it is a quiet place, it helps to reiterate what is being said in the audio. Thirdly, make sure you do all the exercises that are being given to you throughout the course. Do it along with the instructor, or do it once you've watched everything and then play back and do it again. Just don't assume that you are going to remember what is being taught without even trying to do it. And secondly, what's more important is that at the end of the course, you have an output. You have pictures that you've worked on, footage that you've worked on, a code that you've built, or whatever it is that you're doing, that you can present to somebody who will look at your work and maybe hire you for that. Number 4, if it's a live session with the instructor, with the teacher, make sure you have a pen and a pad and make sure you're taking notes, because that is super important. You feel like you're going to remember things, but you're not going to remember things, so make sure you write them down. And that's also really helpful for the next step, which is to have a recap at the end of whatever sitting you've had and you've tried to learn, because that is super important to reiterate in your mind, to keep checking if you remember things that are being talked about. And that again, if you have notes, it's a quick way to recap. The last thing that I want to talk about was something that I was not really comfortable with and I had to push myself to do, is to ask for feedback and make sure you take that feedback. If there is any way you can get feedback on what you are learning, make sure you take that route. If it is a live session or you're interacting with people in a group who are taking the same course and you can get feedback, make sure you get the feedback. Also pay attention to what other people are doing. Don't just be in your bubble, because if sometimes you do something a certain way and you think that is the best that it could get, but you can really get inspired by something that somebody else has done that you may not even have thought of. So those were all my tips and tricks on online learning through courses. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, put on the bell notification so you get notified, and check out my other videos.